I'm back, and today I'm going to be making Dijon gravy turkey wings and thighs. So first I had to start off, I started searing everything already. So if you take a look over here inside, I'm getting ready to take out the turkey wings. I'm just searing them. And what I did was I seared them on both sides for 3 minutes. And I'm about to do the last two. So I'm going to add a little more avocado oil. And I'm going to put it in here about a tablespoon so that it doesn't, just a little bit more, because I just had my other ones. I just want to put a little bit in there. And here's the avocado oil. Okay, because it has a high smoke point. I believe that's why we're using it. So I'm going to put now my last two turkey wings inside on the seasoned side. It's already seasoned that side. And then I'm going to season the other side with salt and pepper. And then put on my timer. And you can see I have the rest of them already done. So I'm going to do a little cleanup. I'm going to let those last two finish, and I'm going to be right back. All right, we are back. Hello, hello. So I'm taking out my last two turkey wings out of the pressure cooker, the Instant Pot, and for my and I'm going to put them on the plate here. And I have them laid out over here on top of my little grill pan, which earlier, mind you, I made tuna melt earlier for my husband and I. So those are now going to sit and rest, and I'm going to start with the onions. All right. So it says here it says you're going to put in the onions and the garlic. So I'm going to put on all the onions, and this is on the saute. So if you look here on the side, on the Instant Pot, move it down some, honey. If you see how it's on the saute version, the saute button for the Instant Pot. Okay, and next I'm going to put in all the garlic, which, as you know me, if you watch my last show, I like to roast it and push it all out. So that's all goes into the pot. Other one goes into the party. And we're going to use a wooden spoon. Is required for an Instant Pot. Wooden, not steel, metal, but wooden. So we're going to saute these onions until they get nice and soft. And so we're doing it in the juices of the seared turkey. And so we'll do that, let it get all covered with the leftover oil, let it marry, and get those nice pieces. You got to get those turkey pieces up so it can go into the gravy that's about to be made. You know? And when you get it to cook. So you also don't want it to burn. So you may have to cook them separately. So I'm going to finish letting these saute. And then when I'm done, we're going to come right back and we're going to start to put them in for the pressure cook part. So they get nice and juicy and soft and meaty and fall off the bone. Delicious. All right, see you in a minute. So hello, we are back. So I'm getting ready to finish sauteing the onions. If you come on over here. And you see they're nice and soft and translucent. And that took about 5 minutes. So now I'm getting ready to place for the next step. It says stir in the wine, the broth, the mustard, and the thyme. When it comes to a simmer, add in the turkey parts. So I'm going to add in. Now, this calls for regular thyme, and I'm not doing that. So I'm going to stir in the wine. I have everything measured out already. My half a cup of wine. Bubble, bubble. And then we're going to put in my half a cup of broth. Bubble, bubble. And we're going to let that bubble down along with the mustard, which is a tablespoon of mustard. And it's squirted right out of there. A little extra won't hurt. So we have our tablespoon of mustard. Let me clean that off because that will bother me. Now, for added kick, because I have some here, this is horseradish, which adds an extra kick. There's a little kick. So I'm going to open this up, and I'm going to put like a tablespoon in as well. Once I get it open, because see now my hands are slippery. And it has it's like another little extra bite. So I'm going to do a little teaspoon of that as well in there. It's going to make some good Dijon gravy. Okay, so put that to the side. All right, so now once we have all of that in, we're going to get our spoon back over here. We're going to stir all of that, and now it's already simmering. I'm just going to put everything, I just want to make sure everything's mixed together before I put back in this turkey wings. So now, because I don't want this to go into burn mode, one of the things I found out about the Instant Pot, if you're not careful, it will go into burn. So instead of saying on, it will go into burn. You don't want that to happen. So I don't want to cook everything at the same time, so I'm going to do this in 2 batches. You only have to sit through one. All right, so it says add the liquid and the garlic, which we did, and we did everything in the empty in the pressure cooker. That's what it is, a pressure cooker, not a cooker pressure. Pressure cooker. For 5 minutes, we stir in the wine and the mustard, and we have to add in the thyme. And now you could normally add in thyme, and they prefer you to do the fresh sprigs of thyme if you have it, but if you don't, you can use dry thyme. And I would say, and it says about a teaspoon of, and I'm just adding a little more because it's mine and I can do that. So once we add that thyme, and it says when it comes to a simmer, which it is, as you can see, if my husband put it over there, and you can see, look inside, not even look inside of the pot. You can see that it is simmering. And now that it comes to a simmer, we're going to add in a single layer. And it's okay if they overlap. So we're going to come and get our little pieces here. And I'm going to bring my plate. I'm going to get my pop-up aluminum foil. As you can see, I love saying that, right? So we're going to start with our wings. And we're going to take 4 of them. And 2 of we'll start with the wings first. So I'm going to place these inside, nestle them ever so nicely. And at this point, you can cancel the saute because they are all sauteed up. And because I want this to be like a double meal. Okay, so now, as you see, I have 4 more pieces over here, and I'll do that in the second round. All right, so once the pieces are inside, if you take a look inside, it's nice and layered. You can then, it's okay if they overlap, and then you can take the pressure cooker and you're going to start to put it on. So we're going to turn off, like I already turned off the saute. I'm going to now get my top. We're going to put this on the opposite way. So you hear that going, and make sure it's sealed. So this is turned all the way. See right here, it says vent, which means that's when the steam comes out. So you don't want it to be this way. You want it to be where it says sealed. And this little red button will start to come up. So you're going to turn on the poultry. So here it says you can put it on manual setting and then cook poultry. You can select saute, cancel the program for saute, then select the poultry pressure cook or the manual settings. So I'm going to set poultry, okay? And it's going to go for 30 minutes at high pressure. So we have 30 minutes at high pressure on poultry. And we can take the keep warm piece off. So everything is sealed shut. It's going to take about 10 minutes for it to seal, and then it will start cooking. So this will tell me, it'll beep and tell me when it's ready. So we're going to see what it looks like. See, it's beeping now, saying it's on. So it's going to take 10 minutes to seal, and this little red button will pop up. And then it'll be time for us to just let it cook. And I'll show you what it looks like at the end. See you then. All right, hello guys. Listen, while my husband went away, I'm finishing up the turkey wing. So if you see over here, let me see where I'm oriented. Over here in the Instapot, which you can't see, but I'm gonna show you. Over here. See, Instapot, it's on and it's making those turkey wings. Well, while the turkey wings are making, I'm going to get on my tuna melts for dinner. So in between, so this dinner's for tomorrow, for Sabbath. So we're gonna do another part. So I have my little butter here, and I'm going to get my knife, and I'm going to turn my grill pan, which I'm going to show you what it looks like. Look at my grill pan. See, those are the turkey wings that are waiting for the next batch. That's the next batch of turkey wings. So right here, I have my, let me see if I can turn it down. We have my beautiful iPhone. I don't even think you can see because it's too dark. So we'll just forget about that. Okay, let's go. So we're going to look at our, like a tablespoon of butter. Into our grill pan. And I'm going to turn the fire on 2 burners to 4. Okay. So I've already prepped everything. The tuna's already made. I add about 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise, some horseradish, about a teaspoon, and some red pepper flakes, about a teaspoon. And I stir everything together to get just my plain tuna. Okay? A little pepper. I don't add salt because tuna's already salty. So I'm going to, while that's melting down, put this back into the refrigerator. Okay. So I'm going to be making tortilla tuna melts, my kind of version of it. All right, so get yourself some. This right here is cashew flour tortillas. And you can't hear it, but the pressure cooker is beginning to seal. And the red button is about to come up. So I'll take my tortilla. And I already have my bacon. And this is turkey bacon. So you don't have to. And I have everything here on my 2 cutting boards. I already cut my cheese up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make my buns. So the tortillas will become a bacon cheese tortilla. And so I have to make 4 of them. So this pack comes with 8, which is perfect. So I'm going to first lay on my one side, my bottom layer. So I'm like making like little mini grilled tortilla sandwiches. So you can like eat these by yourself. Put the cheese in the middle. Right here in the middle. I can load it on. That's what I'm doing. Okay. And I'm going to put my bacon strips in the middle there. Make sure I save some for the other one. And I'm going to put my other tortilla on top. And it doesn't take long for it to get done. And just remember, I need to take the butter back out because I'm going to need this to do side 2. So this does not take long to do. So if you notice, they were cooking over here. Let me see if I can, there we go. There's the angle. All right, see the cooking on top? And I'm going to open up the lid so you can kind of see what's going on there. See, that's what's on top. You have those right there. Okay, so I'm going to put the lids back on and put this back over here. So this is going to go pretty fast. Put the lids back on. And I'm going to just kind of smudge that down. And then I'm going to flip it. And it should be nice and crisp on one side. I'm just going to let it get crisp on the other side. And then I'm going to get my favorite thing, which you know is what? My pop-up aluminum foil. And that's going to go on one plate. So that when these are done, I'll put them right on top. So, and it doesn't take long for it to kind of go through. All right. And so those are going to take like a few minutes. I would say maybe a minute or two. You have to kind of watch it because these are cashew flour. And even if they were flour, regular flour tortillas, it doesn't take that long for them to crisp up, especially with the butter and the cheese and everything inside. So I'm going to take these off. Make sure that they're nice and crisp. Take it off. And then I'm going to do my second one. So I'll put a little bit more butter. Kept my knife right there. And you want to make sure the fire also stays low. You don't want to have a raging fire. Number one, it gets too hot. And then you'll have burnt tortillas. And you don't want that. So here's my second one's going on. And then we have, we're going to put our cheese. Cheese, please, on this one. Oops, 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 oops. Almost got into the grill pan. What you did a little bit. Go here. And here. I'm going to go here. And we have 2 pieces of bacon, turkey bacon. Oh, stay in the middle. We'll break you up so you can stay. Okay. And then we put our tops on. And then we're going to flip those 2, and then I'm going to show you how I finish it off. I'll be right back. Okay, we are back. How you doing? So I'm getting ready to finish making our little dinner for tonight, which is tuna melts. I like them. All right. So what I did, if you want, I'm going to show you a little over here how I made my tortilla, like a grilled cheese sandwich. Let me pull it up. Some. There we go. And those will be my bread that will be for the tuna melt, and the cheese and the bacon are inside of the tortillas. And again, those are cashew flour tortillas. So now that we have everything done, you're going to take one of them. Okay. This makes 2 little sandwiches. All right. So I'm going to take my little pizza cutter and I'm going to cut it in half. I'm going to add my spinach. On one side, and I'm going to add 2 spoons of the tuna. 2 small spoons of the tuna. And top it off. And I'm going to do the other one. I'm going to show you. Again, I'm making sandwich number 2. Spinach. And 2 spoonfuls of the tuna. And that is number 2. Okay, let's see how that looks. Ooh, see? Nice little tuna melt. So if you see on the inside, there's a thin layer. You can see that. I'm going to pick that up. On the inside, you see the thin layer of the cheese and the bacon inside of the tortilla. Quite delicious. So we're going to have this for dinner. And again, remember, I will be back in a little while, in about 22 minutes. But you won't have to wait till that time. Maybe take 22 more minutes on the clock for the first batch of those turkey wings to be done. And then, in between, my husband and I are going to eat our tuna melts, tortilla tuna melts. So I will see you then. Okay, so we are back just for a little quick peek at one of the batches that are finished from the turkey wings. Is now ended. The steam has vented out, so it's safe to venture into the pressure cooker. Okay, here we go. So slowly open it up, and I'll put this right here out of the way. And get my hand. I'm gonna get our first few out. Oh my goodness. Look at the fall off the bone. Slap your mama in the head. Deliciousness right here. I have to come over and show you. Okay? Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Let me put the camera down there so you can see. See, nice one with the bone, the kind that Mama makes. And so now when I come back after the second batch, I'm going to show you how we make the gravy and don't. I'm telling my age now. So if those maybe saw this cartoon, it was a Bugs Bunny cartoon or Warner Brothers, whichever one it was. But he said this line, don't forget the gravy. So I'm going to show you how to do the gravy when we get back. All right, bye. So, hi again. The second batch is just finished. I'm about to press that magic button and you're going to hear some noise. Get ready for it. The pressure is about to be released. So I'll be right back when this is finished. So you let the pressure release, and as soon as it releases, I can open up, and then we're going to make that gravy. All right, so we are back. So I am about to open this bad boy up, and I'm going to sprinkle in a tablespoon of flour, and then use my immersion blender, which I have right here, to make my gravy. Okay. I'm going to go here and plug this in. And now this is off, I can actually unplug this and plug in my immersion blender. Okay, so over here, and I have my flour already here in this container. So I'm going to open this up. Put that there. And then I'm going to take those turkey wings out. Turkey wings, turkey wings, turkey thighs. And some nice, and these are going to go back in once you create the gravy. So the flour is a thickener, and you can use any kind of thickener. Some people use, I've heard of cornstarch, and sometimes tapioca, starch, and arrowroot, different types of things are thickeners that you can use to thicken any type of gravy, especially if you can't take flour. I don't really know, again, I haven't eaten any bread, but this is just a gravy with the flour. It's just a little bit of a tablespoon, so I'm not really going to go off my diet too much. Specialized diet. I'm not on like a diet. I'm of the mind. As long as I'm healthy, I'm okay. I don't think I'm not 18 anymore, so I don't expect to be size 8 anymore. I'm keeping it real. Keeping it real with y'all. Okay. So I'm going to put my flour container away now that I'm done with it. I'll come on over here next to you. And now I'm going to go with my mother. If you don't have one of these, my husband had this when we got married, so it was wonderful. I don't know how much it costs, but look one up because it's really great. Because this is good for like doing pots that are already hot, and you don't want to have to pour the liquid into a blender. This is really great because if not, then you have to use a regular blender, and I would have to pour it into here and then blend it up. So the two works the same. So it's just basically one is the word immersion, obviously. So he's gonna put this in here. And what you're doing really is you're breaking up all the onions and any bits and pieces, and you're also allowing the flour to incorporate into the working. Just let it go like that. Man, I hope someone does invent smell-o-vision because, oh my goodness, it smells so good in here. And once you have done all of this, it's going to check the recipe. Is that going to stay there for a second? So once you have put the immersion blender in and transfer the gravy to a blender, or you could cancel a blender like I told you earlier. Then you cancel the cooking program. Of course, we've already done that. And select saute again. Bring Bring the gravy up to a simmer and continue simmering for about 2 minutes until it thickens. So I'm gonna take my immersion blender out. I've done zhuzhed it up, and we allowed the pot to get all the liquids and everything incorporated. And now I'm gonna let it simmer, and I'm gonna be right back to show you the last part of this process. See that? Okay, so we are back, and if you can hear this, I'm going to see if I can angle it down. That is the gravy simmering, and the pot is off. So I'm going to take the turkey wings back in there. Now, the recipe tells you to ladle gravy over the turkey wings, but I'm not going to do that because I want to make it even more softer and absorb more of that flavor. So I'm going to put them back into the gravy. And then tomorrow when we eat this, because tonight we had tuna melts, as you saw. Tomorrow when we eat these, they'll be nice and smush and soft. Delicioso. I'm going to place these back. And I'm going to put some parsley. They ask me for regular parsley, fresh parsley, but I don't have any. So you can use the whatchamacallit. I'm going to put this back inside. I'm going to put the bigger pieces on the bottom. Since they have more body, they need to be closer to the bottom. And so what will happen is tomorrow when I go to heat this up, the Instant Pot has this little silver rim that comes out. I'll take this out, cover it, and put it in the refrigerator once it cools off. And then tomorrow morning when I get up, I'll put this back inside of here and put it on keep warm. And I'll also get the couscous ready and the asparagus and warm those up. Those are already cooked. And then dinner will be served. We'll have it around lunchtime, around 12 o'clock. We'll be ready to eat. So I'll put this in on warm for about 9 a.m. And by 12, everything will be nice and warm and ready to go. So I'm going to place these in here. And I'm going to show you what it looks like once I get it in here. I'm going to let this sit in the pot. Nice and tender. So I'll show you what this looks like inside of the pot. So we see this right there. That's delicious. So now that we are done, we're going to come back over here so I can tell you who did this recipe so you can find it for yourself. So I just looked this up online, and I'm going to try to make it as big as I can so that you can see it inside of my camera. Okay, I'm going to give credit what credit's on. So that is her name. Coco Morante, pressure cooker turkey with Dijon gravy. So look her up and try the recipe. I hope that you like it. I hope you enjoy it. And I will definitely see you next time. Have a great day. Bye.